let's look and see. We've got some chats here, so let me open that up and see if people have some questions. Let's see here. Would this new version replace the previous version? And what's the price differential? Jimmy?
The answer to that, will for sure the transition is going to happen where from October to December you can buy both the current kits and the new Click kits. Come December 31st of the year, we will be transitioning 100% over to the new Click kits that we've been showing you today. So that transition will replace all of the existing parts. In terms of pricing, go ahead, Joe.
I was going to say, and they're not retrofittable. So we have, because the bases are different. You know, people say, "Hey, can I put the new dial into the old system?" That can't happen because the collars, the new collars, are much different.
Yeah. In terms of pricing, I'll let Simon work with you on that. We're providing him with all of the pricing elements. We've kept much of it the same. There's definitely some changes in terms of the newer kits and how the different components they have, but I'll let Simon manage that one with you guys. There's a couple of questions about waterproofness, and we do want to let you know, yes, these are really durable reels. They're waterproof. You can bring them into the ocean. You can bring them into water, no problem. If you are bringing them into chlorine environments or salty, silty environments, we definitely advise rinsing them with copious amounts of water just to make sure that there isn't debris that could get stuck in the mechanisms themselves. But for the most part, they're really no problem in wet conditions.
Yeah, the tolerances are pretty tight, so we definitely want you to be rinsing them with, if you're in ocean, especially salt water, sand. Yeah, you want to give them a good rinse through. So
Simon had asked a question himself, just our thoughts about using Revo Surface on orthotics. And yes, we think that is an absolutely fantastic application of the Revo Surface. Revo Surface is really, like we said, a toolkit. It's a great way to introduce somebody to adjustability or to test it on them if you're going to then get into a laminated device before you go to the expense and the complexity of lamination. But it works great on plastic devices or even carbon fiber orthoses that you're building that have some elements that can move or compress. And so we really are excited for you to give it a try, use it in a wide range of different applications. And within Click Academy, the new education system, we provide you with a really strong guide on how to configure those laces, with the number of guides, with the way to create different types of closure. So give that a shot, and I think you'll find that it works really well.
There's one question here. Are the detachable surface guides susceptible to accidental dislocation due to knocking, rubbing, etc.? They snap on pretty good. I mean, it's a good, probably 10 or more pounds for me to pull for this thing to snap off. When it's under tension, I don't see how this could really come off unless someone actually physically grabbed the tab to release it. So in terms of accidental, dislocation or anything like that, we have not, in our testing so far, we've not seen anything pre-release or knock this. I mean, yes, I guess if you hit the whole entire thing hard enough and you crack this plastic, guide, there's some, use cases there that we can't, foresee. Or really build design around. But in terms of snapping on and off, this is not easy to, it takes some definite some force to unsnap this and get it to move. Just so you're aware.
The other cool part about that guide is that the fastener itself is a major component of strength. right? And so screws are crazy strong, rivets are crazy strong. So, the plastic is there to guide the lace more than it is to create the holding resistance. So I think you're going to find that they're really, really, really strong.
The patient weight limit for RevoFit, we're not changing it at the moment. It may change down the road, but we're still sticking with the current, 100 kilos, I think 220 pounds per system is what we say. Depending on the design and depending on the application and patient use. Some people will put on, if they're over the 220-pound weight limit, they'll use 2 systems instead of 1, depending on what they're trying to accomplish. But we're sticking with the current 220 weight limit.
Joe, there's a question about the distal housing of the RevoLock being a bit long for a transradial patient. You discuss that real quick?
Yeah, so it for the RevoLock Align, you're looking at 35 millimeters compared to 25. So yeah, we're 10 over. So definitely longer than the current. I'm a person that modifies things a lot. My wife used to call it Joification. And because I'd always be adding carbon fiber to my daughter's barrettes to make them stronger, or whatever, adding FabTech to my kayak to make something stronger. So Joification. So if it was me and I had to make this shorter, I certainly could for an upper limb, because the threaded insert is quite small, right? And it's going into a cavity like this. So, there may be the ability to, grind some of this plastic down a little bit to decrease the height. Again, this is not something that we recommend as a manufacturer, but we know that people do this kind of stuff. So this is what we have, 35. This is what we recommend people using. But there is some plastic here that, could potentially go away. If you were, really trying to get down to that 25 tolerance in terms of height. This is our first version as well. So if we see use cases where people say, we want something, lower, similar to what your old style was for upper limb. Upper limb is such a small niche. It's such a small percentage. It's hard to cater to upper limb in terms of, business. In terms of numbers and things, there's just not a lot there. So we have to try to compromise a little bit in terms of upper and lower limb. But if we see enough use case or enough attention or requests, we'd certainly consider down the road something, even smaller.
Looks as though that's all of the questions. Any additional thoughts from the group? Or Simon, anything in particular that you'd like to bring to the discussion?
Sure, I'll probably just reinforce for everyone here and everyone that will watch this. The Clicker Academy is a good resource, regardless of what level clinical and technical experience you have with click gear. Jump on. It's been revamped. At Massens, we've got great support from Click, so we can work through the modules with you. If you have any questions, I know there are still a few questions in the chat box. If we don't address any, just reach out to us at Massens after this webinar, and yeah, we'll help you out in the best way possible.
We're so excited to have you guys try these new products. The fun part about this adventure has been, just the last 6 years, 7 years has been about proving the concept and finding a way to help people understand that adjustability can bring a lot of benefit to their practice, but it can also bring a lot of benefit to the patient. That's really, in the end, proven to be true. And we're so excited and heartened to see that result truly, come to fruition. Now we're taking it to the next step. And, we're bringing really purpose-built product. We're bringing really thought out solutions that help ease fabrication, that help prosthetists and orthotists really make their job easier. With that, we are really hoping to further our main mission, which is to help all those millions of people out there in the world who have those physical limitations and need our help in order to be able to get back to their life, to get back to their activities that they so love doing. And, that's what we've endeavored to build is a great new line that really addresses that. We couldn't do any of this work. We couldn't get to any patients without you. And so we just want to say thank you. Thanks for your belief in what we do. Thanks for your business. Thank you for being the guinea pigs to try out a new technology and really help prove it in the market. And we're excited to take this to the next level and help really move this whole concept into the next realm as we move forward together. And lastly, thanks to Massens. Massens has been an awesome partner, one that we trust and rely on greatly. And we're working really hard to make sure that they've got all the information that they need, that all of you still have access to us as direct sources of information when needed, and that we are here to help troubleshoot and ensure that you guys have a smooth experience as you use all these new products.
Thanks.
So thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Joe. I think it's been great today. And thanks to the rest of the Click team for helping to arrange this. I think we'll wrap things up now. And like I said earlier, if you've got any new questions, just reach out to us at Massens and we'll sort you guys out. Stay safe, everyone, and well, and we'll be in touch soon.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
Sounds
Stay safe.
good. Thanks, everybody.